Hey everyone, Carlos here with Bearwood Traders, and here's my recap for today as we finish up another week of trading. I had two trades today on HIBB, and actually, two tickers and three trades. So GOL, I had a short and a long position, and I'll show you that in a bit. So my first trade was on HIBB. So HIBB had a good pre-market action. It has some volume start to build here. We also had a nice level that it started doing here at the pre-market. 2303 was the high at that point. And right at the open, we got this huge, massive sell-off. So the second candle here, 931, just sells off drastically all the way down to this level. So again, it's a very strong sell-off right at the open. And then you get this beautiful pullback close to VWAP, but not quite. You have these wicks kind of testing VWAP. It does not want to crack it. Then here at 934, it's so funny. This entry, I usually try to wait for my 5 minutes, and I was waiting patiently for the 5 minutes. But then I just said, I got to get in now because this is where the entryway needs to be. It needs to be very close to VWAP. If this drops any further, then it will be too extended from VWAP, and I don't want to take that risk. So I literally got in around 934.52 to be exact, or 54. Seconds before the next candle open, you get this beautiful drop all the way down here. Then I realized that we're at this level, 2148. When I read out this level, in my mind, I'm going through the process of taking a partial here. I realized this is 40 cents away from my entry. I got to take out some more. So I covered twice here just to play it safe because that was a big drop. So when you get a big drop like that, you want to take advantage, and you don't always got to take out partial 25% off. I took 25 and then another partial just to be defensive and play the defensive side when you get these nice big moves. Now here, I'm glad I did because then right in this candle opens up, pops up all the way to my break-even point. Sells off a bit. So when this sell-off happened, I thought, okay, maybe we're now going to crack this 2148, maybe head towards the low of the day. Next candle opens up a little higher, and here's where I start getting concerned because now when the next candle opens up like this, you can expect a squeeze at least back up to VWAP. And usually, my rule, guys, one is to get out at break even. I gave it a little room. It is at my break even point here. The minute it dropped back down and you see this wick here, this little wick starts pulling back up, I just took everything out because I figured this is not a good situation to be in. I wanted this to get at least to this level here or break lower. I'm glad I did, guys, because just look at this. It squeezes right up all the way to VWAP and then some. And it went higher. Yeah, look at this is after. Later on, it goes even higher all the way up to breaking the high of the day. So it was a beautiful trade towards the top side here if you were able to get a good entry once it held this VWAP. My second trade was on GOL. GOL was a really good trade. I'm very happy with this trade because before the market started selling off, I was looking at this engulfing pattern building here, and I wanted to wait for it to close below VWAP. But we were mentioning in the chat room, and Andrew was also mentioning as well, that the SPY is selling off. I looked over, and you can see the massive sell-off. So I got in right before it hit VWAP, right before it actually created the engulfing pattern, with the hopes that this was going to crack through VWAP with the market helping it a little bit. And it did just that. It cracked nicely, went right through VWAP, all the way down towards the low of the day or a little bit before it. I covered some here, and then I set out a limit order at 1445. So funny situation here. So right on here, let me show you a screenshot that I shared with the chat room earlier as we were going through sharing our trades. I had a limit order right at 1430, limit order to get me out. And if you look at this here, I mean, this thing is going. This looks like it's just going to hit that with no problem and then maybe bounce from there. And my target was to get, here's my limit order, that triangle. My target was to get to get to 1412, hopefully. Look what happens right in here. By the way, this is a way to tell the high and low of a candle. So you put your cursor over the chart, and then if you go down here, see this bottom high and low? This is where you can tell the high and low of that candle. So look how it moves now. If I go to this candle here, it's the low of this candle that I'm looking at now is 1447, and the high is 1466. And this one is 1485, and another one 1466. So this is how you can tell 62. This is how you can tell the high and low of the candles, just by moving your cursor over it. If you didn't know how to do that, so putting it on the candle here, this thing gets to 1430 on the dot, 1430, and I do not get filled. So the reason that happens is that if the bid hits 1430, for me to get filled, the 1430 has to hit the ask, and I got to be filled. I'm sure some people probably got filled, but again, I was not on the list, and this left without me. I was really caught off guard. I was like, I cannot believe that just happened. But again, anything's possible when you trade in the markets. So it comes back up here. Here starts. I'm starting to lose faith that it's going to continue to drop. So I just take everything out here. then I'm looking at this for a possible reversal. So I got in here with a very small size. I want to go against using this level here, the low of the day at that time, as my stop loss, or a little bit above that. It does dip down a bit here, and it comes right back up. And I just don't like what's happening with the SPY. I'm gonna show you in this screen here. So this is why it's important to also keep a track of the SPY when you are trading, especially midday or even at the open. If something big happens, a big drop, you want to check the SPY. So right in this area, I'm gonna get the charts to line up here. So this candle is 1045 right here, 1045. Nope, that's not it. 1045. It's a bigger drop than that. Where is 1045? Over here. It's here. Here it is. So 1045 starts dropping, and I don't like this here. I figure, you know what, this is gonna not help my cause here. So I took everything out, and glad I did. It starts dropping, and then it does pop up again, but I didn't want to hold it back to another drawdown that could possibly go even lower than 1445. So that was my reason for getting out here. Just took everything out, and then just for a small profit. I didn't want to go back to my break even or take a small loss on this. All right, guys, so that's my recap for today. Hope all you guys had a great day, had a good trading day. Again, it's not about being green, it's about good processes that you have in place. So hopefully you did that, and you're starting this weekend with a good healthy trading day today. So also, the challenge starts on Monday. This is the last day of practice, so hopefully you're getting in your some good practice in, some good procedures in place. And I wish you guys all the best of luck next week, Monday, March 25th. Take care, guys.